All right, in part two, we're going to talk about how masks trap virus. So first, let's talk about how general filters trap particles. Here, we're looking at, again, the microstructures of the masks. We can clearly see that, the mask trap the particle by absorbing or grab the particles on their surfaces, right? So there are four fundamental mechanisms for trapping the particles. For larger particle, the initial impaction gonna happen where the particle will travel and diverge from its flow path and then hit the fiber. In the second mechanism called interception, where the particles are much smaller, then the particle will flow along the flow path. And if the flow path intercept with the fiber, it will be captured. For much smaller particles, the diffusion will happen. It's driven by the Brownian movement. Eventually, the particle will be diffused to the surface of the fiber. And finally, it's called the electrostatic trapping mechanism, where if the fiber is charged, they will be able to trap the charged particles. Even if the particles are not charged, the electrical field exerted from the charged fiber could polarize the particle, leading to surface charges on the particle such that the fiber can trap it. But when we talk about virus trapping, we need to first look at the size of virus. From right to left, we're looking at human hair, the size of the mask, and also the size of the virus. We can see that the human hair has a average diameter of about 100 micrometer. And the surgical mask, as we have mentioned, that the diameter of the fiber ranges from 500 nanometer or equivalent 0.5 micrometer to 10 micrometer, and the gap or the pore size is around several micrometer. But if you look at the virus, it's tiny. So it's only 0.1 micrometer or equivalently 100 nanometer. All right. You can think this analogy that the fiber network is much larger than the size of the virus, that the virus can easily penetrate through it. And what will be the effective mechanism for this? Actually is true for all fiber, for all masks. And what is the decisive mechanism that can help the medical mask trap the particles is charging the fiber. Okay, with the charging fibers, as we have described before, the charged fiber can attract the virus that is also charged. But even if the particles or the virus not charged, the charged fiber can induce the polarization such that the surface of the virus can show charge and be attached. And this is the critical mechanism for N95 and surgical medical masks to trap the virus effectively, while other cloth mask does not have such capability. All right, so with that, we will talk about part 3, which mask is better.